Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and run through the build and everything pretty fast. I don't want to make this too long. I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and run over the build that we'll be using. Obviously it does kind of focus around the lobs. That's why dude, ever since the lob got its buff, I've been using it non-stop. And I finally have a build here, especially since we got this lob the other day. At the time you'll be seeing this, this is about a video I put out, I think, was it Thursday? Where I got this gun, dude. Yeah, I've been playing with this, and yeah, so anyways, let's go ahead and just read off the perks here. We're specking into mostly the Shield of Retribution, Demolition Woman, and literally Bombless Mag. We're only going to dump 8 skill points, 5 out of 5 in a Cloud of Lead, and then 3 out of 3 in a Stoke the Embers for some extra incendiary damage. And that'll actually really help with this enemy for this lob specifically that we got, which is awesome. Then if we go over here into the Shield of Retribution, it's pretty standard. We're going to go 5 out of 5 in Armored Infantry. Only 1 into Vladoff Ingenuity. We are running a Transformer mostly, so we don't really need the shock resistance. And the shield will be high enough without having to dump into this one. So that means we're going to allow us to spec into 3 in the Thin Red Line, max out Drowning in Brass, 1 into Experimental Munitions, and then 3 out of 3 in Behind the Iron Curtain. Real quick, so since we aren't specking into Vladoff Ingenuity fully, we're going to max out our kill skill here, and then we want this to help give us some extra incendiary damage, which is always really solid whenever we score those critical hits. And this Behind the Iron Curtain is just really good for shields in general. Thin Red Line and then Desperate Measures go hand in hand. We have 1 from our class mod into each, which is very handy, allowing us to put 4 into each of these, but we only actually put in 3, obviously. So we get that 67% gun damage because we are running a Deathless. We kind of generally how you run Moze, which is why we're going to be wanting to max out this for sure, because we are using a Deathless. Just pointing that out. Then we have 5 out of 5 with Phallic's Doctrine. I have only 2 put in here. My class mod gives me 3, so only put in 2 in this one for sure. But this one's just really good to get some extra shield stacks and extra gun damage. And then the stacks each last 30 seconds, which is very solid. And then we got Force Feedback here. Whenever we score a critical hit, shields immediately begin recharging. Very useful. And then here we go into the Demolition Woman. That voice crack was not cool. 5 out of 5 to find the Skagged In. Whenever we deal splash damage, we deal bonus incendiary damage. A lot of incendiary damage going around the field here. We also have 2 out of 3 in the Means of Destruction for some extra ammo being returned whenever we deal splash damage and a chance for the grenade. Then we have 5 out of 5 in Taurus Cross Promotion. Splash damage has a chance to be doubled, which is pretty dope here. I mean, you could probably, if you wanted to, you can take 1 out of here and put it into here. These mainly just have 7 skill points across these 2. Then have 3 out of 3 in the Holy Pin. So our grenades can do critical hit damage, which goes hand in hand with our Vampire. Our 3 out of 5 restores 12% missing health per hit with either our Iron Bear or our grenade. And then we have Auto Bear that will remain out for a short time whenever we eject it. Then we're going to put Rocket Pod and then active tracking to make sure that we can heal often with our Auto Bear. You get the Auto Bear pretty often, which is pretty handy to constantly keep you up. This build does have some pretty good sustainability here, along with the Vampire and then the critical hits from the Holy Pin. And then we have the Iron Bear giving us some extra regen, and then obviously, if y'all couldn't tell, we are going to be using a Bloodletter here. So yeah, since we are going to be using a Deathless, we are going to be using a Bloodletter, and then combine the Bloodletter with our Vampire, Holy Pin, and our Iron Bear. Will be getting some good sustainability off of our Bloodletter. Plus our Bloodletter's rolled really well. 25% weapon damage, and then 31% shotgun damage, and then 24% weapon magazine size. Yeah, this rolls perfectly with what we're using here in this build for sure. Obviously, we're going to be using mostly lob-centric weapons here. I made a video talking about how you can easily farm a lob. I'll probably link that video in the description, so make sure to go check it out if you don't know how to get one of these. But these two are, I mean, dude, they're very important for this build. Honestly, the least important one is probably this Kibsworth. You could change this Kibsworth for a Cutsman, would probably be your best bet, or any gun of your choice. I just had a Kibsworth because it had shock on it, and I mean, the Kibsworth is solid. So yeah, make sure you're running some lobs here. Corrosive Lob would be very, very good. Especially using this for the takedown. I was finding having just a lack of corrosive power is kind of a little bit annoying at the Wotan fight. But if you have a corrosive lob, that's all the more better. I don't have one at the moment, that's why I'm not using one. And then we have the lump here. The lump is just really solid rocket overall. It's corrosive, so I threw it on here. If you want it, mostly, bro, you just gotta have some lobs, but a lump works really well, and then a corrosive cuts would work really well also. Shield has to be a transformer. No ands, if or buts about it. Has to be a transformer. Your best transformer, throw it on. Tina's hip hopper. I literally have this just for its ASC for the extra radiation damage when we come out of Iron Bear. Another thing to point out here about this transformer, obviously since shock damage goes to our shield, this can be shot at the ground. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we damage ourselves here, we can actually switch on over and then heal ourselves back up with this shock lob. So yeah, having a shock and a corrosive lob is definitely the most important. I would say the shock lob is a bit more important because you can actually use it to heal yourself. Another reason why we have the shock kids worth here is because they can kind of do the same thing. Let me just show you exactly what I'm talking about. And then we just, there we go. Oops, that's on radiation. I'm done scap, and then we'll, boom. See, you can definitely see that it's healing us. And back to full health. Cool. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Another reason why we're bringing this, why the transformer is a must. The lobs can act as heal, which is very important. And then Snowdrift Deathless. Mainly you want to have a Deathless. If you have a corrosive lob, a flesh melter would work really well. I'm using this Snowdrift because it's the slide speed is actually really useful for the Wotan fight and just in general to dodge his stupid freaking barrage attacks. This also gets 40% magazine size and it regenerates 149 health per second. But we got the Bloodletter, so that helps out our shield even more. But yeah, the Deathless is definitely the most preferred Bloodletter for, I mean not Bloodletter, most preferred artifact for sure. But yeah guys, that is going to just about wrap up the build video. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, drop your load on that like button and subscribe if you're new. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and give that bell down there a little bit of a love to that for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, we do have the merch store, first link at the top of the description, Kree's Marketplace. Go ahead, check it out. And yeah guys, hope y'all did enjoy the video. Can't wait for the DLC. My name's Kree and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out guys. Alright, bro. This shit gets on my nerves so much. So fucking much, dude. I hate this thing. I hate that thing so much.